Sorry. Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I'm your host, Ray.
And I'm Evy.
And Evy, what are we talking about today?
Justice League.
The Snyder Cut.
The Snyder Cut.
Yeah, this is. Okay, first of all, okay, we I guess right off the top we gotta do a comparison. So how do you stack this with the Josh Whedon comparison? Like,
I like what he just got put out.
Mhm.
I thought it was amazing. A lot of action, kind of, some of it most of it I would say was black and white.
Mhm.
Special effects were amazing. Yeah, and there were quite a lot of new scenes in it.
Yes.
Some
No,
of
no,
them, yeah.
you're right. No, you're right. Well, apparently, from what I understand, the actual film itself, there was nothing added to the film. The bonus stuff they shot was the epilogue stuff.
Right, the epilogue stuff. Yeah,
So
that's what I meant to
that
say.
was all seen. And then his cut was basically because I know when they shot this thing, believe it or not, he shot like 4 hours of footage. Like it was a 4 hour movie.
Right.
And apparently, according to Warner Brothers, they're like it's not comprehensible. Like it's really a jumble mess. So it was recut, but he was able to restore it to the way he wanted it.
Just how it was all brought together. Yeah, he kind of weaved everything in, which was well done.
Right.
I thought it was really good. What did you think of that?
I liked it. I mean, out of because Snyder wanted to do like a 5-part story, starting with like Man of Steel and then Batman v Superman, and then this was supposed to be a trilogy.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
But now the way he set it up, it could have been a 2-parter. But I know for a fact, I think you and I went to see Batman v Superman together.
Yeah.
And you thought that was really harsh. You didn't like it that much because it was too dark.
Right.
Then I think you and I went to see the Josh Whedon cut, and it was a lot more lighter. It was it was a little more easier. Did you think the theatrical version? Because some people said it made a little sense. Did you feel that way?
It was okay. It was okay.
Yeah. When I saw the Josh, I call it the Josh Whedon cut. It was fine because it was lighter because it had more humor. I think that's what the main thing was, because I think they were focusing too much on the Christopher Nolan, like the dark and heavy stuff, because Batman just wanted to straight up kill Superman in the other one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he did.
And in the end, of course, spoiler, he actually died.
Yeah.
So because it's a Snyder cut, give us a summary of this movie.
Summary of it?
Yeah.
Okay, I would say that wow, I thought that the newer cut, it was, I don't know, I found it honestly, everything was put all together and it kind of didn't make sense for me. Didn't make sense for me. Like everything came all together.
Right.
It was hard for me to follow, to be honest with you.
What, or the 2-hour or the 4-hour cut?
The 4-hour.
Oh, really?
I found it like really everything just were like that it came came together very quickly.
Right.
So so it was all jumbled for me, like together. I thought so.
Okay, well, in that case, I'll try to give you I'm going to give you like an elementary summary of this. Basically, I think it was just after the death of Superman, Wonder Woman and Batman had to feeling there was some sort of dire, like the planet's in danger, assembled like some heroes to try and battle them. Basically that's when we get the introduction of Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg. And that's it. And then in the process, they found this thing called the mother boxes, and which the one of the main characters was Cyborg, who I guess in the first movie that there wasn't much of a backstory. In this one, there's more of a backstory with Cyborg.
Yeah, but it goes on and on and on. I felt that, but
no, it's
anyway.
Okay. And so with that, you learned that with these mother boxes, you actually could restore Superman back to life in the process,
Yeah.
and they use that to bring back Superman to help fight this threat, which was going to be eventually Darkseid.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
And you were fighting, but the main villain on this one was Steppenwolf. So basically, that was it. So it's just you know, and then and I don't think they would have been able to fight Steppenwolf without Superman to help them out.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Okay.
And that's it. And so it's not much different from the 2-hour version, just that they just added some more stuff to it, like the lengthier scenes. Did you? Okay, here's the one thing I've been hearing lately, that with the Snyder cut, he likes to do slow mos quite a bit.
Okay.
Did you find there's a lot of slow motion?
I did. Yeah, like stop motion quite things. You know, that it would take 10 seconds for him like to actually cross a street. You know, if it was like if a character was gonna go somewhere, like he wouldn't just pardon.
No, exactly. Like a good example would be like Lois Lane, like the part where she's walking past a bus and the newsstand. It was just slow motion. It looks like
exactly.
Speaking of slow motion, when we first meet the Flash, it's when he's going for a job at this doggy daycare.
Right. Yeah.
And he meets this girl who we will learn to be Iris West, his love interest in the future movie, and she is getting catapulted from a truck accident. So you're seeing him. So you're seeing him in action, you know, saving her, and that's going to be the love interest, and that's going to be in the Flash movie, because apparently her character comes back for that.
Cool. Cool.
So if you watch the TV series Iris West, well, that's her.
Okay.
So they're going to pursue that love story.
Okay.
Because the way when he saves her, the way he touched her face, it was kind of creepy looking, because
Okay.
No one sees him because he's moving so fast, but he's like fondling this woman while she's like airborne. So that's a little strange. But what was your thoughts initially on that? Like that whole the sequence itself, and then the overall performance outtake on that.
I thought that was interesting, actually. You know, I've never seen anything like so slow, but done so but really, really cool. I'm actually hopeful now, that I'm looking forward to, I guess, whether more of those slow scenes will be done in the new series now. I want to see if they might.
Sorry, I hope so. Ray. No, I was going to say I hope so. And my understanding is that Snyder that's his last thing. He stopped. He's no longer will be involved any further with the DC. Was it the DCEU? Is how you say it?
Yeah.
Right. And my understanding of it is that I like the cut of Barry Allen, is because in the other version he seems more of was more comedic and not as serious. This one he was like. He actually was more proactive, and he wasn't afraid to fight back,
Right.
So it seemed like he was very assertive, whereas the other one, Batman had to tell him save one person, and then go from there,
Right.
Which, if you listen to the line, it's a ripoff from Age of Ultron, where Hawkeye talks to Scarlet Witch.
Right. Okay.
You go out the door, you become a White Ranger. You save one person. The line was given, and that's a Josh Whedon thing. So,
cool.
So overall, I really enjoyed it. So where can they reach us, Evy?
We Twitter, email,
right?
Even online.
Perfect. So, with any last words before we call it a day?
Well, yeah, I really liked it. Can't wait to see. What happens when they do a new sequel to it. There was I guess extra scenes at the end or whatever.
Yeah, there's I think 4 epilogues. So as soon as the last thing, the actual movie finishes when they're on, when you see them on the top of a wall, in the lineup, that's the ending. And then you get I think 4 different types of short story, possible endings, where you meet the Joker, you meet Manhunter, you meet Deathstroke. So there's different epilogue stories. you
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And there is one where you know, because the whole thing was Darkseid was trying to find the anti-life equation, meaning he wants to rule the world, like rule planets, and
Right.
and then he's able to turn Superman into one epilogue version, which would have been the sequel. So that was interesting how they did that, and then you know when they had the flashback in the first one where Flash visited Batman in his dream sequence kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that's like the Flash paradox. And the key, they say the key is Lois Lane. You know,
Yeah.
you know. I think well, Lois Lane dies in the second part 2, and that's what sends Superman over the edge, turning to sort of dark side. You know, and then but one of the hints was either Batman got Lois Lane pregnant was one of the ideas.
Yeah.
Because in the sequence you see her having this force majeure, like birth control box, right?
Yeah.
And then or Batman kills her, and then Superman was enraged.
Yeah.
Or because actually no, if I remember correctly, if you listen, spoiler, if you haven't watched this, he got Robin to assassinate Lois Lane. I think that was the impression that Joker was saying, you know.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
And then that's what set Superman onto over the edge, right? For revenge. So and then he started killing other heroes like Aquaman and some other stuff.
Yeah,
so
something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what the Snyder cut would have been for part 2, because it seems like it would go a lot darker than it's supposed to. Yeah. So did you watch the whole movie like in its entirety, or did you take a break? Because I know they have like 6 chapters, but did you break at any point?
Took a break. Yeah, I watched maybe half of it. The first 2 hours and 12 minutes. After that, I was like, this is so long. I can't take it anymore.
I stopped. I think I stopped at like chapter 3 because I knew that would be the last. Like, I stopped at a segment. Okay. And then I saw the credits saying chapter 3. I forgot what the title was. I go, you know what? Okay, wash and break, and then I went back to it. But I had to take a nice little, because it was like what? Because at the time, you know what's funny? At the point where you get to Aquaman saving the guy off the boat, when you see him again, and that's like an hour and a half into the movie, and that's when movies usually end, and that's when the movie hasn't even started. Like, it's just barely starting right now, so you knew this was like a long movie,
right?
Quick before we go, quick question: what did you think of these are the Icelanders, I guess what you call them, the ones where Aquaman was like staying up there up north somewhere, when the girls were when they were sniffing his clothing? Did that seem kind of odd to you? Do you remember that?
It did.
Like, they were singing, and this one girl was like really taking a big whiff of his like jersey or sweater. Like, it was really
and then he leaves or whatever.
Did that?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what to say about that.
because I saw him like that. I just paused. I'm like, that's creepy. I don't know. Okay. Was there anything did you find that was a little off or creepy besides that scene?
What was creepy?
Maybe the Flash touching the girl's face quite a bit. That's maybe.
The way he was kind of touching her face. I don't know why he did that.
Okay. So there's some things about that's a little strange, but okay, we'll leave it at that.
Okay.
All right. So we'll talk to you later. Take care.
Okay.